Hey guys, how's it going? So Command Model Laika just came out, and this is a unit I've actually been looking forward to for quite a while, just based off of design only, right? Ignoring the skill set because we only found it recently. But I was a little disappointed by her skill set when I first saw it, and her artifact also didn't seem like something that was that special either. It's an artifact that only really works on rangers that use non-attack skills, and there's not that many that people actually use. First one that would come to mind is like Flan, but she doesn't really want that at all. So I don't know if Laika really wants it either, to be honest. I didn't actually get it off of her banner. I pitied Laika, unfortunately didn't get one on the way, and I don't really think I would even try it out if I did. So I don't have the best Laika in the world. She's only +3, missing the last star, but I decided to put some decent gear on her. Only gave 3 mullets I got from Friendship 10 because she's a character I like. I figured I'd use some gift boxes on her. I haven't maxed this or this. This was mostly just for testing purposes because I was pretty dubious on whether this unit would actually be good or not. And after trying her a little bit, I think she's a pretty hard to use character. I think she fills the same position that a character like Amelia or Kawerik, ML Kawerik, would fill, but she doesn't quite have the same level of utility that those units have. Now, what she does have is she's an attack buffer, which is great, kind of like a character like Amelia or ML Kawerik for that matter. And she gives a free dual attack, which is like Ross, right? She doesn't have the defense break that Ross has, which is arguably stronger than an attack buff, really. But she does put the target debuff, which is especially nice versus Violet or Remnant Violet, for instance. It's on a 3-turn cooldown though, which feels a bit long. Now, her S3 is an ability that feels kind of confused in a way. So it's a skill that decreases speed and puts to sleep. That's great. But then also gives immunity, and it doesn't have a strip attached to it, so if you want to get immunity like early on, you might just use it, and then the other 2 parts won't work at all, right? So, but if you wait for too long, then you might have needed the immunity sooner. So I guess you have to soul burn it so you can use it more often. I'm not entirely sure, because also it makes it so you can't really have much AoE. You have to have a lot of single target. And I think that kind of pairs well with Strike Order, so you want to use her with characters like Milim, Spectre Tenebria, Remnant Violet, Normal Violet, maybe Rem possibly. Those kinds of characters that have really strong dual attacks. The problem is for a lot of those, the -1 cooldown really isn't that big of a deal, so it feels like you're kind of losing out a bit on this skill. Her S1 is kind of just like ML Kawerik as well, where you just push up the caster and a random ally by 15% when you max it, which is nice, but nothing really too crazy. As for artifact, I went with Warhorn. I was looking at a few other artifacts that you could possibly use. You could maybe go for something like Misconfee, but you have no guaranteed dual attack, which is a bit of a shame. I tried Unseen Observer for the extra souls. Didn't really feel like it was doing really all that much. I think Rosa Hargana for the dual attacks with allies could be okay, but not really anything too crazy here overall. So, after trying her out a bit, she felt difficult for me to draft, especially in the current meta. I think the current meta is kind of oppressive and hard for her to be used. I think you need to fight very specific teams to actually be able to utilize her. I think she has some potential because this is a really good ability, and this technically can be pretty nice. And with her huge amount of just CR push spam, especially at a good speed, it seems kind of useful. She's very similar in a lot of ways to someone like ML Kawerik with the immunity, the CR push right there, but she has a lot of weaknesses compared to him, like being able to be debuffed easily, not being able to put that immunity up, not attack buffing the whole team or anything. So she's kind of like a really budgety ML Kawerik. Now, in the video where they showed her off, they showed her in caides, and we all know that's a death sentence. The moment they show something like that and not an arena room, you know what they're meant for. And apparently she's part of a great one-shot caides team. Now, I don't really care about that, though. I'm a little disappointed if that's as good as she's going to get. So I want to try and make her work in PvP. And I was having some trouble, and I've seen other people have trouble as well. A few people have been talking about how it's been working really well for them, and they say they do draft her in a position similar to where you would use ML Kawerik or Amelia, and they try to take some characters off the board, such as Angel of Light. She also apparently can work decently well in a Protect the Belian kind of team, because you have tons of strips. You're able to utilize that to decrease the cooldown, which is kind of nice, and get that extra dual attack on an injury Belian. And then you're also able to kind of just sleep them at a decent time or get the immunity, which is kind of nice. But overall, she's not any sort of must-pull unit. She's not a limited unit for that matter. I think she's hard to use. I think most people aren't going to get any use out of her. Now it's disappointing because I love her design, and I really want to use her all the time. Her damage is very lacking as well. You would have to max all of this stuff, and it's really not that high of damage. Notice she has imprints of effectiveness for both, so that clearly she is very much intended just to be a support unit and a debuffer. But I'm not really sure if that's all that worthwhile. Also, not to mention, for most people, Violet's on banner as well, and he's a very good unit for all players, pretty much. And even if you don't have much lifesteal gear, you don't do Banshee, you do get that free lifesteal gear from Abyss. You get the 88 gear, you slap that on him, and he's probably going to be more useful than Laika for most people just with that. So, it's really disappointing, but I'm going to be testing her out some more. We'll see if it turns out she's actually sleeper OP or something crazy, but I think that's unlikely. But I have a few clips to show of me trying her out, and I hope you like it. Thanks for watching. I think it's better just to possibly S1. I'm just gonna go for the S1. Yeah, that's fine. Pop this on. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna take a huge beating here. This is going to really hurt. I have Warhorn on her. I've decided to try that out, but I'm not really sure it's gonna matter. Okay, that's actually really nice. I got a free counterattack here to heal up a little bit, break that skill null.
I'll take your life.
All right. So he has speed buff. She did not stealth, which is really good for me. That helps me out a lot, actually. I'm gonna do this. I'm pretty sure Charlotte cuts here as well, so I may as well just make it so I don't even take any damage from her. Yeah, there we go. Get to break the skill null as well. Ooh, Dust Devil, that's actually kind of bad. I just gave her S3. Okay, wait, I'm not a huge fan of that, actually.
Look into my eyes.
Okay, so.
Say my name.
Resistance. Alright.
You're not bad.
Let's go for this.
Really think that you could defeat us?
You know what? Actually, perfect timing. And I got to Warhorn along. Genuinely worked right there. My 70% chance to proc is not going, however, which kind of sucks. But this is actually really good. Look at this. Attack buff Spectre Tenebria? Yes, please. That actually worked shockingly well. Laika actually did a very surprising amount in this match. She actually looked very useful here. Even though I feel as though she's incredibly weak, she actually did a lot. Alright, so we're gonna do this. I think it's funny that I picked multiple characters against Angel of Light but then banned it anyways. That works out for us though. So I'm just gonna stop that from doing anything.
Let's just get this over with.
Oh my god. I'm gonna do it. If it hits Lilius, hey. Hey. We needed an opener to strip, unfortunately, but hey. Oh. Why does he not have evasion? That counterattack just got us killed.
Everything in Felicia
What the hell is that?
is under my control.
Doesn't even stun, it just sleeps them. Oh, don't. Oh my god, no. Oh.
I'll make you taste despair. The time has come.
There's literally like no win condition.
Target confirmed.
She is the highest attack?
Obey if you wish to live. This is it. Is this enough?
Yeah, I mean, blind doesn't build any attack. Oh boy. Wow.